join us to celebrate achievement, set goals, listen to reports, approve budgets, contract and personnel appointments, and make policy for our district. We are not here to make management decisions or to solve problems of individuals. Management is the responsibility of the superintendent. This is a meeting in the public, not a meeting of the public. And as our guests, we welcome you to observe and listen. Again, we're pleased you took the time to join us this evening. Thank you for your interest in New Caney ISD, and we now ask that you would silence your cell phones. Please rise for the invocation to be given by Mr. Hagler and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and honor the Texas flag to be led by Mr. Alter.
Father God, I thank you for this opportunity to come here this evening, Lord, to celebrate the opening of this new school building. I pray, God, that you would put a wing of protection over it, the students and the staff here. God, we thank you for the opportunity to be here at this meeting as a board. Lord, I pray that you would guide us as we make decisions that best suit the future of the school, the future of our students here. I pray that you would just be with us throughout the remainder of the night. That you keep us safe. God, we love you. Praise your name.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Item 2 on the agenda is a public hearing for the New Caney ISD 2026-2027 budget and the 2026 tax rate presented by Brandy Shillett.
Okay, welcome to the public hearing for the 26-27 budget and the 26 tax rate. We're going to go ahead and start with the budgets. For the budgets, the board is legally required to adopt a budget for general fund, child nutrition fund, the debt service fund, and accelerated education budget, I'm sorry. So we'll start with the general fund. The general fund budget, the local revenues, state revenues, and federal revenues total $243,871,000. The majority of that being state revenues of $176,673,000. The expenditures are $243,871,000 as well, with the majority of that being instruction with $141,529,000. So the general fund budget is a balanced budget. That's based on a property value of $8,342,915,000 at a 97.5% collection rate and a maintenance and operations tax rate of 0.7393 and an average daily attendance of 18,280. In the child nutrition fund, revenues of $15,007,000 and expenditures of $16,008,000 for a shortfall of $1,055,000 to do some capital improvements. The majority of that revenue comes from federal revenues of $12,219,000. The debt service fund, $54,869,000 in revenue, the majority of that being property taxes of $43,739,000 and expenditures $54,869,000 for a balanced budget in the debt service fund. The debt service tax rate remains the same at 50 cents, same as it was this year. On the tax rate, last year's tax rate for maintenance and operations was 0.7552, so there is a decrease in the maintenance and operation tax rate to 0.7393, which is a decrease of 0.0159 per our evaluation. And like I said before, the interest and sinking tax rate remains the same at 50 cents. On the accelerated education budget, the revenue and expenditures are the same, $6,346,000 for both revenue and expenditures, so that is a balanced budget as well. Any questions?
What's our total budget? What's the total dollar that we work off of
For all funds? For adopted budget, I can show you, but I don't have federal here. So the total budget with child nutrition, general fund, and debt service is $315,571,000.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
What was the difference in the maintenance and operations?
0.0159.
Item 3 on the agenda is consideration of adoption of the 2026-27 accelerated education budget presented by Brandy Shillett.
That's the one I just presented to you also. We would approve the examination.
Okay. Are there any questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to adopt the 2026-2027 accelerated education budget? The motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. The motion is approved. Item 4 on the agenda is consideration of the adoption of the 2026-2027 General Fund, Child Nutrition, and Debt Service budgets presented by.
I'll set the general fund and debt service fund are both balanced budgets. Nutrition fund does have a shortfall of $1 million in capital outlay, based on all the information.
Are there any questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to adopt the 2026-2027 General Fund, Child Nutrition, and Debt Service budgets? The motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. The motion is approved. Item 5 on the agenda is to consider, adopt, and set by order of resolution the 2026 ad valorem tax rate for maintenance and operations, .7393 per $100, and for debt service, .50 per $100, presented by Brandy Shalette.
Yes, we just approved the tax rate to a reduction of 0.0159 from 0.7393 and 50 cents.
So it's a reduction.
We did reduce the tax rate, yes,
Okay.
about 0.0159. So it's 0.7393 and last year it's 0.755.
Okay. One second.
You're probably going to say effectively increases because we're going to generate more revenue because of values on it.
Right,
So
so
you're-
I'm asking a question. That says that it's an increase, but the tax rate is a decrease.
That is correct.
Because our
The
property
values
values
went
went
up,
up, so it's, say
effectively
effectively, yeah, it's compared
increase
to.
as compared to last year. It's very
Right.
confusing for us.
I hate the way they say that.
Yes.
It's not accurate. Okay. Are there any questions or further discussion? Is there a motion?
I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate at 1.2393, which is effectively a 1.72% increase in the tax rate.
Motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. The motion is approved. I will say, it is reduction from, say it again,
0.7552,
on the maintenance and
yes,
operations.
it's 0.7393.
And we kept our debt service at 50 cents.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. Item 6 on the agenda is consideration of an out-of-state trip for Woodridge Forest Middle School band, presented by Jeff Reese. Hello, Mr. Reese.
Well, people don't know the real answers. Okay, so we're going to ask a request tonight for Woodward Forest to attend the 2027 Music for All National Festival in Indianapolis, Indiana, in April 1st through the 3rd. Just to give you guys a little background, so after one of our great concerts, I don't know if you've ever been to our middle school concerts, but Miss Hammer, they are our band, but they don't sound like a middle school band. And so we were talking about what a great job she did, and she was talking about doing some national competitions and stuff, and I said, let's go for it, and she's like, yeah, okay, let's go. So she submitted it, and I know Dr. Moran said we didn't win, but we won. So we are one of 10 middle schools chosen to go to this festival. So can you give the details, just some things they get out of the trip?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll do my best. We don't have every bit of the information yet, but the gist of the festival is that our students will travel and perform on one of the biggest national stages for middle school band in the country. They get a year of access to a composer of our choosing. So any composer that we would like, they'll perform one of their pieces in addition to the rest of our program, and they can either travel to campus and work with us throughout the school year, or they can zoom in. They will be there in Indianapolis with us, and we will have access to one of the best band directors in the country working with us all year long. The students will get master classes at this festival. They'll receive, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I wish that I could have done this when I was in junior high.
So we're talking about approximately 60 students, right?
Yes, plus parents.
It's over our spring break.
Yes.
And this was an invite-only type of event.
Invite only. We are one of 10 schools to get invited. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I say it's a win.
You did
No,
win.
we get invited.
That's a win.
That's something to be very proud of.
That is a win.
They do an amazing job.
Okay, so if y'all are, they're going on spring break, then how the funds are, is the district paying, or is there a booster club or parents have to pay, or?
Our $5,000 deposit was covered by out-of-district funds, or beyond district, is that correct? Yes. And we are asking corporate sponsorships to help offset the cost. This is a very expensive trip because our goal is to get it to $0 for every performer. And if we can get chaperones covered, that would be great as well. But we already have some booster sponsorships rolling in.
Nice.
We're working on it. I wanted to wait for board approval to send it out to other companies in the area.
When you get sponsors like that, we'd like to know, because they
Yes.
deserve a thank you letter from the
Absolutely.
district.
You bet.
Helping our kids get together, that's great.
What a
Okay.
good opportunity.
Are there any other questions or discussion? Is there a motion to approve the out-of-state trip for Woodridge Forest Middle School Band?
So moved.
Second. All right, everybody chime in. The motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. The motion is approved. We would love to see some, like, pictures or something
Yeah.
when you come
We'll need
back.
to report on that.
Yeah,
Whatever you want.
Send video.
love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Item 7 on the agenda is open forum, but I don't think we have anyone sign up. Item 8 on the agenda is reports and proposals of board members presented by none other than me. And I don't have any extra because we did all of that last month at the other board meeting. Okay, so we'll just go on down to item 9 on the agenda is the superintendent's report presented by Mr. Calvert. Superintendent.
Yes, ma'am. So, had a great start to the school year. So just some back-to-school facts for y'all right now. As of today, we're at 19,454 kids, with approximately 10,000 of those being bus riders. So kudos to our bus driver and transportation, getting those kids back and forth. Staffing, we are in a really good spot. A district our size, as of today, we only have 14 teacher vacancies, half of those being special education. So if anybody knows anybody looking for a special ed teaching job and they're certified, send them our way. And of course, with the new year brings a lot of new facilities. We're sitting in a brand new and obviously very appreciative for the work that's done with that. But also all 3 of our high schools have some new things to enjoy. New Caney High School had their new field house and covered practice area turned over to them. Porter High School they are enjoying their new turf football field right now. We're looking forward to opening bids on baseball and softball soon. And then West Fork High School, they got access to their covered practice facility as well. So again, like I said earlier, live in a very blessed community that supports our kiddos, and those facilities are coming online. So appreciate Mr. Ressler and his team getting all that going. Also saw last week our accountability ratings came out. We got a lot of good things to celebrate. Got some plans to make. We know where we're at, where we need to be. Next month at our September meeting, Dr. Narco and Ms. Land will give us a more in-depth update of what all that is, what it means. But we saw a lot of great things last year, and just looking forward to keeping that momentum going. It's been a great start to the year.
So regarding those practice fields, can you tell us who uses those? I'm sure everybody in here gets comments about that. It's not just for athletics.
It's not just for athletics. You'll see band out there, you'll see cheer out there, you'll see drill teams out there. Our principals manage those like any other classroom, and so they schedule times back and forth in those. So no, it is not just for athletics. It's matter of fact, I think our fine arts people are probably most excited because they're not marching on a concrete parking lot anymore. So I know everybody, all those extracurricular groups have access to it on the campus.
Okay, so item 10 on the agenda is the consent calendar. It consists of minutes, finance reports, purchasing reports, board meeting dates, instruction items, administrative service items, and policy updates. Does anybody have any questions or further discussion for the consent calendar? motion to approve the items on the consent calendar? The motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will now be taken. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. The motion is approved. Item 11 on the agenda is consideration of approval of district goals presented by Mr. Calvert.
Yes, ma'am. These are our 4 district goals that you'll see in our campus improvement plans, district improvement plans. These are what we like to say the lens that we make all our decisions through. So while the work that supports them changes every year, the overall goal, they really don't. So goal number 1, I'm just going to read them just for the sake of putting this all out there. Provide high-achieving, student-centered programs that produce graduates who are prepared to be contributing members of our community. Goal 2, provide a safe and orderly setting that enhances the teaching and learning environments for students and staff. Goal 3, provide resources to support current and future student-centered programs of the district while being responsible stewards of taxpayer funds. And goal 4 is provide opportunities for parents and community members to support student achievement. So we're very intentional with those goals. You'll notice that the word provide is at the beginning of every single one of them. We are in the business of serving others. And so the services we provide to our kids every day hopefully meets those goals. And then got the word student in all 4. And so we want to make sure everything, we're putting kids first. So across all those goals, we wanted to make sure our kids are named in there. So those are our district goals presented to y'all for consideration.
Does anybody have any questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the district goals? The motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. The motion is approved. Item 12 on the agenda is closed meeting. The board will now adjourn to closed session under the Texas Open Meetings Act, sections 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074 to deliberate the duties, evaluation, responsibilities, employment, and dismissal of personnel or officers, including the board and superintendent, as it pertains to any item listed on this notice or agenda. To consult with the district's attorneys on subject matter listed on the notice or the agenda, pending or contemplated litigation, and any proposed settlement agreements. Also, we will deliberate regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. Should any final action, vote, or decision on any matter considered in closed session be required, such final action, vote, or decision will be taken once the open meeting covered by this notice is reconvened or at a subsequent meeting of this board. The board has adjourned to closed session, and the time is 6:18 p.m. The board ended its closed meeting at 7:40 p.m. Item 13 on the agenda is consideration of the personnel report presented by Ms. Gates.
Yes, thank you. This is just our monthly recommendation for new hires, professional, paraprofessional, auxiliary, any resignations and reassignments.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or further discussion? Is there a motion to approve the personnel report? The motion has been moved and seconded. There being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And opposed? Motion is approved. Item 14 on the agenda is to consider and discuss nomination for to act as a delegate at the TASB Delegate Assembly in Houston, Texas, October 9th, presented by myself. I'm unable to go because I'm going to have a grandbaby that day. Oh, that's the day. October 9th, yeah. So who on the board wants to get voluntold to go? Don't you want to enter the bank, Craig?
Yeah, I mean,
What is it?
The TASB General Delegate Assembly in Houston, there's a meeting down there. Is it the Winter Conference? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a good one.
I can look at my calendar. If I'm not traveling, I could, but.
Did you do it?
David Hagler.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Hi, baby.
okay. Is there a motion to nominate David Hagler to serve as a delegate at the TASB Delegate Assembly in Houston, October 9th, 2026?
So moved.
Perfect. Everybody seconds it. The motion has been moved and seconded. Being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say no. Motion is approved. Item 15 on the agenda is to consider and discuss nominations to act as an alternate delegate at the TASB Delegate Assembly in Houston on October 9th, 2026.
I just confirmed, I cannot.
Dennis, okay. Mr. Trout nominates Dennis. Is there a motion to approve Dennis Alters to act as the alternate delegate at the TASB Delegate Assembly in Houston on October 9th, 2026?
Sure, so moved.
Second, okay. The motion has been moved and seconded. Being no further discussion, a vote will be taken. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. The motion is approved. Item 16 on the agenda is future discussion topics. Does anybody have any future discussion topics that we need to bring up?
Just the ones from them carried over from last meeting?
Yeah, so the last meeting, we talked about the potential uses of what we're doing with Porter Elementary and Caney Elementary sites and Ada Lee Casey. And so I would love to hear some more discussion about it after your team has some more information to share. That would be my future discussion.
Yeah, I sent that to my cabinet so we can kind of put some plans together. Some of those are, going to take a little more than a month just to go do our research, see if that's a good fit for the district, that kind of thing. So we put together a timeline to bring some of those reports back. I know, I believe Ms. Tompkins asked about payments to other governmental entities, so that's one that Randy's going to bring to you on September. So a lot of those we're in a quick fix, bring them back this month, but they're on a timeline so we can do our proper due diligence on it and bring it back to y'all.
Okay.
We'll have to do.
I'd like to talk about, I guess, staff's use of social media to communicate, like, extracurricular events as opposed to using the specified school communication.
Parent Square?
Parent Square, as opposed to using that.
You're talking about staff, not parents, right?
I'm talking about
Staff using
social
outside.
media, and then
It's
also
like their personal social media or their.
More like
I think it would be like,
schools.
the cheer team has a social media.
Right.
And so, I don't have a problem with the cheer team having social media. I guess my issue, my concern is that the expectation is for the students to also have that social media to get information about the cheer team or the volleyball team or the softball team. Instead of, and basically using that to communicate to the students as opposed to using the parent square.
Yeah, we can check into that. I know
This one
this
hits a little closer to home for me because my kids don't use social media.
Right. No, the expectation is, and Parent Square is set up in such a way that you can use it for everything, informational, messaging, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we can check into that, and I would just say if there's groups that aren't using that, then let us know so that way we can specifically go ask a sponsor or somebody. But the expectation is to use Parent Square for all staff, student interaction. Or, school email, through the email accounts.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, with that, are students able to use Parent Square to communicate student to student?
Where is that?
I do not.
I don't think
Is
they
there
so.
any email? You email?
I did kind of what he's saying though, like when a cheer team has an Instagram account and one of their, posts go viral, who collects payment for that?
Do we go viral enough to collect payment?
Well, that would reduce the booster.
There you go.
That'd be a booster.
But
That's very interesting. I've never thought about that because it's never even
Yeah,
crossed
it's
my
never
mind.
really.
So it's
on the
something
same
that we
level.
need to discuss at a future topic.
like
Is there-
Social media.
when the accounts are set up, who do they pass through? Because
If-
then whoever opens the initial account would get payment, could be
I'm
10
sure
years.
certain types of accounts aren't
Well,
monetized.
we're gonna,
Yeah.
no, we're not,
On
we can't
Instagram.
discuss these items, but we can ask for it to be put on the agenda to discuss at another meeting. That's where
Yeah,
we're
we
going.
can get that.
Okay. Good. Anybody got anything else? That's a delicate line to walk for that.
Yeah.
I'd say should also
Okay, there being no further business or discussion, this meeting is adjourned at 7:47 p.m.
No social media.